Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ark Hardcore. Ark Survival Evolved is a game I've played for many years, and a game I absolutely love. And this time I'm challenging myself to complete the entire game with an almost Minecraft-like hardcore rule set. Obviously I can't change it so the dinosaurs do more damage without going into the code, and I'm really not good with that kind of thing, so instead I'm going by the simple rule, if I die, that's it. Game over. So obviously I'm going to be as cautious as possible. This rock here is going to be my best friend because I'm going to have at least a couple more inches of view. We'll get rid of all these things, which are the pre-order and sort of achievement bonuses. You get them every single time you spawn, and hopefully we'll never have to see them again after this moment. Fingers crossed anyways, because this challenge is going to be rough. My end game goal is to defeat the bosses on the hardest difficulty, which could take some considerable time. So for now, all we have to do is gather up resources and play it as safe as possible. And definitely not screw up the jumps. I'm going to need to get a lot better at the game if sloppy jumping like that is all I can do. Now this parasaur's running away. Do you see that up the hill? Yes, that's a pack of allosaurs. Allosaurs are scary. Even in late game. If you run across a pack of those, they bleed you, they do way too much damage. They hit well above their weight. And they always spawn in packs. And it always seems to me that even if you kill the rest of the pack, the alpha always survives just a second longer to bleed you just a second longer. So yeah, I'm not going over there. I'm going to go the complete opposite direction. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Hope I never see you again. Here we come across our first actual enemy that I can actually fight, even though it has an actual aimbot. And I kill the Dilophosaur. It's a level 5, but it will provide meat for our journey. And it's the very first thing we kill on this. That's quite an achievement. Now since I'm going along the beach gathering everything I need to survive, this would have been a great help if I was high enough level. Sadly I'm like level 6 or something, so I'm a complete scrub who can't open that. Because I'm a scrubber, but we do get a full set of armour. Even just cloth armour, that's like 50 armour. That's better than bare skin. And we will need every little bit of help we can get in this journey. Now, I don't get the campfire yet. Instead, I aim first for a slingshot, because in Ark, obviously, you can tame dinosaurs. And that's going to be one of my highest priorities, getting a meat shield. Like this chap. This is a level 7 turtle, carbon enmis, however you pronounce it, that I found on the beach and decided, you know what, you will make a good tame. I should state for the record actually that this is recorded over the footage, this audio. I've already played this bit, but I have not completed the challenge yet. So I can't say much about the future, but what I can say is, yeah, this guy's toast. Turtles, you know. They can't run away, but they can sure take a lot of shots in the butt. That's for damn sure. Anyway, we get this guy down, and as soon as I get him down I realise I didn't get anything to tame him. So off I run in search of berries and whatever the heck. Mayo berries I believe they take as their primary food. Obviously I'd prefer advanced crops, but at this level, A, I wouldn't be able to get any, and B, it really wouldn't help that much anyways. So, we begin taming the little guy, and obviously it won't take too long. It's a low-level tame, low-level stuff, low-level beginnings. A good start. So for now, whilst it's taming up, I changed my goals. I go a bit deeper into the forest, just to start gathering more mayoberries, and instantly get attacked by a swarm of compies. Now, compies are one of my favourite dinosaurs. They're just so cute and adorable. And thankfully they're not too dangerous either, but this is the first pack of things that's actually attacked us. And honestly, with a pack of allosaurs over there, like tens of packs of raptors in the forest, yuck, no. Here we come across every Ark player's worst enemy. The ichthyes. These guys steal your objects and never ever give them back. And it's ridiculous. Even Pegomastax can be killed so you can return your things. Now these guys just instantly eat stacks of things. It's incredibly annoying. So, instead of allowing that to happen, I stay back. He's guarding my turtle, which is a bit annoying, but for now, we'll just let him have that. He won't aggro onto the turtle will aggro onto him. I'll be safe over here whilst I cook up some meat. Up till now, I've been living the vegetarian life, so it's good to get off it and get onto some actual cooked meat. This is what we like to see. Progress. And so far, I haven't actually really taken any damage. I've played it nice and carefully, and so far, things are going great. Round about now, the second I look away, the turtles finishes taming. So that's a tame on our side. We have, I believe it's a level 10 turtle now. Whistle him over, keep him safe from that darn bird, whilst I keep on gathering up the meat. Now this guy is going to be a linchpin. I'm not just saying that because I know. He's just so good. He's our first tame, a level 10 turtle, and turtles are... They're good, they're good. Not only are they... I mean, they're slow on land, but obviously that's to be expected, but in water they're also slow. I don't know where I was going with this. Never mind, never mind. Once I've gathered a bit of building materials, I decided to start my first house. Houses are important, you know? You don't want to just fall asleep in the middle of the forest. That would be bad. You want walls to protect you. So, over here, I start building the basics of a house. And it's not until later on that I realise I screwed up royal. I was planning to make it a 4 wide one, but I ran out of foundations, so I started building the walls up. And yeah, I didn't have enough more foundations. And then in a few seconds when I go out and gather some, I realise I did a bit of a boo-boo. You can see the moment his heart snaps. Right there. Yeah, that was annoying. Luckily it's thatched, so it wasn't too big a loss, but that's still annoying. So I did the only sane thing I could think of, and tore the entire thing down. In my fit of rage. Again, luckily it's just thatch, no big loss. Instead, I decided to move up the hill a bit to find a flatter area where I can actually build a nice 4 base wide. You need a bit of space in your base. You got a space for a mortar and pestle, smithy, all that kind of stuff. So, for parts, I cannibalised the old bits. Nice and easy cheesy. Get rid of all these, save space, and gather the materials. Things are still looking up though. We have the turtle, and that's honestly the biggest thing so far. Ark is all about the tames, and having one of these guys on your side, at the very least, means that whoever's attacking you has to chew through a few hundred more health points. Anyway, we start work on a new house, and we've soon got it looking tickety-boo. It's a bit better than the other one, since I can actually make it wide, and we'll soon have walls all set. So we'll skip forward a bit to me putting in the door frame. It's a very small house, but still, it's a house. And building all those resources got us a couple levels, which we spend very carefully and absolutely don't accidentally spend. That's for later. Now, during the last cut, I believe, we managed to gather the materials to, well, the levels to be able to craft mortar and pestles, which are obviously very important. You need them for narcotics, you need them for everything. And we have a bow now. Bows are just a godsend. Up till now, we had no arrows, and now we do, and now we're ready to take on the world. Since the slingshot does basically no damage, it's kind of rubbish, really. But you need it at the early stages to knock things out, like the turtle. But that's all I'd ever be confident knocking out with it. I don't want to take the slingshot up against anything else. And so ends the first night. I think it went pretty well. We survived all that, we built ourselves up a little house, and we even got a turtle outside. And so begins day 2. This is going to take a while. I apologise for that, but Ark, especially when you try not to die, you have to take things nice and slow. You have to be considerate of absolutely everything. So let's be completely inconsiderate. Seeing this trike gives me an idea. Also, first I name my turtle. I call him Tort. Short for tortoise, and also it's a kind of French pudding, I believe. Well, that could be tart. Don't quote me on this. Anyway, the trike from before gave me a good idea. If I can get a bunch of foundations down, I can build a wall and some ceilings, place them here, and from that I can make a wonderful little trap. A platform to stand on and shoot other things. Something very, very useful in this stage of the game. So I begin crafting that up and getting ready to win. Because having a safe platform to shoot things at is going to be legendary. For example, things like trikes and turtles, for that matter, they take massively reduced headshot damage. So, well, trike does anyways. The turtle just takes reduced damage all over the place. So having a nice safe place to attack from whilst you're safe just sounded like a great idea. Unfortunately, in my infinite genius, I was wrong. I mean, we saw this trike over here, which we started to take out, even though it had nice colours. I believe the colours are part of the current event that's going on. Whatever. So we take this thing down. Since we're high and dry up here, we can't actually get hit by it. And by the time it gets to us, its charge has petered out thanks to that very fortuitous tree, and we can hit it in the back, avoiding the headshot reduction on its face. Obviously that's their main defense after all, so going around that just makes perfect sense. And trike down. The main thing we're after at the moment actually is chitin or chitin or keratin, however you want to pronounce it. Because with that, we will be able to make Tort a saddle. And if you don't know already, saddles, they're pretty important. So here we see Tort's cousin, or brother, or whatever. I think it's probably his sister. And we shoot her in the face with a lot of arrows. Because these guys have a lot of health spare. Just watch. Just look how many shots this takes. Seriously. Just watching it exhausts me. But, like I said, from that we get quite a lot of keratin. And that will be useful to make Tort a saddle. And once we have Tort a saddle, well, the world's our oyster. Well, ocean, whatever. We slap down our mortar and pestle, and with that first kill we get enough to make 6. Or 7. Or 5. I can't see it. I can't see from here, the screen's too small. But we don't get enough is the main issue. As soon as we get 10 cementing paste, that's the main issue for getting a turtle saddle. It requires hide, fibre and cementing paste, and there is no easy way to earn that early on. So we have to grind down keratin and stone to make it. So off I go on another hunt to see if I can find some more turtles. This is Tort's father. He taught him how to chase balls, and now he's going to die. I am not a merciful owner. Anyway, at this point I realised that, yeah, the bow is kind of useless and these guys are slow, so I can just prod them in the face and backpedal. Costs a bit more stamina and it's a bit less safe because these spears are kind of crappy and they will break. And there is always the chance it'll bite me, but again, it's a turtle, I'm not too concerned. For now, we just keep on poking him in the face, we lose a spear, we keep on poking, we lose another spear, We keep on poking and eventually he goes down. There we go. And a bunch more keratin. Again, not enough. Because from this entire corpse we only got like 5, which was very annoying. So, off we go again. This is his uncle. And one of these guys, the Ichthyes. Look at how this turns out. We both hate these Ichthyes. It comes in for another attack, and the turtle's about as fed up with it as I am. So, with a single shot... Oop, kill that guy. Turtle agreed. We called a temporary ceasefire just to kill that guy. And then back to the murder, and we kill him too. It was good to fight alongside each other for just a second at the very least. And that, my friends, gets us enough keratin for a saddle. And I'll harvest this guy too because I hate these guys, they're the worst dinosaurs in the game. Why would you ever introduce something like this? Please, developer, please have some common decency and delete them. Or at least allow you to kill them to get your things back. Thank you. So we have all the cementing paste we need. We just need a bit more hide, from which we'll get these dodos by murdering everything on the beach. It's happened all the time. Dodos, it's no wonder they went extinct. And then we gather up some fibre by going to all the plants in the area, and we're sorted. We will have enough for a saddle for Tort. And with that, we have a saddle for Tort, and a few more hours just into the bargain. Now, saddles allow you to ride your dinosaurs, control them directly, tell you where to go, and this is what we're going to use to escape a Blue Obelisk Island. It's a good island, but I do not trust that roving pack of allosaurs. And there are so many strange spawns here. Rexes can spawn, Therizzinos can spawn, and I do not want to have to put up with any of those. So, at my first opportunity, as soon as we have the saddle, I begin to move house. I slap everything onto Tort, and though we're a bit slow, we can still move. And thus begins our trek to the water. We are leaving the island for the first time on day 2 or 3. I think this is 2. Now, I was going to go into the water here and swim to the island on the right. My little lag spike there, for some reason, in the single player, but if you can see on the left there, there's a Spino. Now, I know that I said this turtle's strong, and I have been putting all of its levels into health, because it's not going to do much melee damage anyways, but I'm not confident in taking on a Spino. Definitely not at this stage. So I run along the beach a bit and go back into the water, again with the weird lag. That's such a weird thing to lag out. Like water in single player? Whatever. We begin to cross the river and it's incredibly safe and nothing bad happens at all, which is very nice. However, I don't have the same hopes. This is an island in the middle of nowhere and I need to get to the mainland on the other side, which is going to be a bit tougher than that. Here I notice some trilobites. Handy little chaps. They give lots of chitin, keratin, whatever, however you pronounce it. So I murder about 3 of them and I get a good bit of oil and some silica pearls into the bargain, which is incredibly nice fortune. Honestly, those will come in super handy later on. I believe with silica pearls you can make electronics and stuff, so that is for the future. And we know these guys spawn here, so we'll always be able to come back. In this chest, since it's high enough level, I noticed some narcotics. Incredibly useful. Narcotics they're the basis for the entire game, really. In the second half, at the very least. And now we come to the entire reason I leveled health in the first place. This river. This river, full of megalodons, full of everything bad in the world. We've got manta rays, we've got megalodons. We even have the giant whale off to the left there, hiding in the water. And this little chappie, or chapette, I think it's female, comes along for a quick snack. You know, it's just a turtle. It's a snack. Lovely colours on this thing. I wish I tamed it. But no, we just have to run. We are at low health already. This thing does a ton of damage and there is no point fighting, since we would not be able to escape no matter what. We have literally no choice but to run. And our stamina is getting low too, so isn't that fun? And now there's another one. Megalodons have such weird colours. And just when we get to half health, we finally get out of their melee range. They can't follow us any further without any danger of beaching themselves. And that's a victory in my books. So we made it. At a cool 400 health out of nearly 1,000. And we made it on this small ruin here. Now this looks like a good place for a base. It's got walls all around it, so there's a little chance of things wandering in here. So I decided to cut off access to this door here with a few walls, leaving a door frame to get through, of course, because that would be silly otherwise. And I decided to make this our house. Well, our home location at the very least. So you've got these stairs. So I'll build my house over here on this little spit of land, since it's high and I'll be able to build 2 wide. Since 2 wide's a good width, unless you're building a castle. Which is one of my plans for later on actually. That's going to be one of my main builds in the future. And with that, progress on the house continues apace. It'll soon be sorted, and we will have shelter once again. Thinking back, I really should have demolished the other house before I moved over here, but I don't do the think good. Me brain am no work. Well, anyway, with the house built, we can now start filling it in with things. Water and pestles, and a refining forge, because we can at last get that. Which means we're on the path to metal. First of all, we need to forge up 5 metal ingots to be able to make a smithy, and 6 in total to be able to get the metal pick. Luckily we're on the beach, so we get close access to a good amount of them. And no sooner said than done, 1 smithy. Now this is big. Like, this is mid-tier stuff. This is mid-game stuff, even though we're only like level 20. This gives us access to metal things. We can craft so much better things than these awful little metal these awful stone tools we've been using so far. Which is just a godsend, you know? It's like trying to go through the entire game in Minecraft with wood weapons. It's just not going to work, man. With a metal pick in my hand, though, I feel so much better about my chances. I may be able to complete this challenge. All I have to do is try my hardest. And I'm guaranteed to win, eventually. Now you see here, I'm building another tame tower thing, the same one I was using for the trikes earlier. And that is because behind me, hiding in the woods, well, murdering everything in the woods, I should say, is a Rex. As you can see over there in the trees. I'm building a big platform here, hopefully over the cliff, so when he charges for me, he falls off the cliff, and I can shoot him with impunity. Because I want to tame this guy. I've been able to make trank arrows now, and having a Rex on my side, even if I couldn't saddle him up, would be so good. So for now, I've built this tower. Now, I'm sure you've noticed, but the Rex isn't actually moving. Yeah, he's busy eating. He's got caught eating, and he's stuck in an endless loop. Sadly, I don't realise that until I've wasted a couple of arrows trying to lure him over here. But this is an absolutely perfect situation. So, down we go. And I decide to do the stupid thing and approach a eating T-Rex. Because I am a dum-dum and not smart. However, once we get to this range, we can hit him with impunity. Things are going well. But depending on what level it is, of course. Anyway, I'm rapidly running out of arrows. My supply is dwindling. But at last he starts moving. Did he manage to eat the creature he was after? Because he's coming towards me. And that makes me nervous. And I'm out of trank arrows. Yeah, he's coming towards... No. Okay. The thing is, you see, when a dinosaur's low on torpor, it torpor runs, as we call it. He's running away. And I'm out of trank arrows, which means he's close to being knocked unconscious, but just a tiny bit off. So, I'd have another stupid decision on my hands. I have a slingshot, the same slingshot I used to tame Tort. I'm going to go try and tame a T-Rex with a slingshot. The T-Rex taming calculators don't even take slingshots into account. They say it's impossible. But with it already torpor running, and with so many trank arrows still releasing their venom into him, I think I can do it. I'm going to charge this T-Rex. Victory or death! Victory. You can see I even punched the air in celebration. The T-Rex is down, and with a slingshot of all things. That's embarrassing. So I slapped it with all the meat I had on me, which was a decent amount from killing dodos and things, and I run the hell away, because if I get jumped by raptors, I am dead. I have no protection against raptors, which is why I'm running with my balls out. You get used to doing stuff like that. Raptors pounce you down, insta-kill you basically, since you won't be able to escape, and there's bound to be a pack of them. So for now, I decided to bring Tort round and keep it safe and near the Rex, or as near as I can get it safe, because as soon as that Rex is tamed up, I want him out of there. Because that is a huge weapon on our side, even if it can't be properly utilised. So for now, I toddle Tort on over, and I really need to get a fast tame, don't I? The Rex I won't be able to ride, and Tort is Tort, but I mean, Tort's a beast, obviously. Have you seen those muscles? Look at those legs. But the problem with the Tort is it's slow. My god, is it slow. Unfortunately, for my situation at least, being slow is not a good idea in this situation because, yeah. There was another one. There was another Rex. Like right there. This one, though, I don't have enough tranks to fight, and it's right next to my tame and my house, so I have to try and kill it. This is going to be tough. Luckily, it's busy attacking this other thing at the moment, so I have a chance to unleash a few arrows into it, but that did not last long. And now it's on me. This thing has wonderful colours, by the way, just want to point that out. So I stayed by the water, so I could unleash as many arrows as I could, and then swim as fast as I could away. And then I forgot that Tort is Tort. So I got bit more times than I'd like to be bit. It's not a good situation. Already I'm at half health. It took a Megalodon an entire journey to do that, but now I'm in the water, I have complete control. He can't get close, I can just swim away if he does, and I can keep on unleashing arrow after arrow into his face. As long as I don't get stupid and, like, stay completely stationary whilst I shoot him, I should be fine. Yeah, stupid move on my part. But Tort is an absolute monster, so we survived that relatively easily. And now the Rex is swimming away. He's scared, you see. He's scared of our power of water. And it's down. One Rex killed, one Rex unconscious. That is a good day. So I run back up to check he's doing alright. Almost tamed. Well, a third tamed? Over a third? It might take a while, but it's going to be so worth the wait. For now, I stagger Tort on back home. Just for safety, you know? You don't want to leave Tort out in the middle of nowhere. My next plan is harvesting every single rock in the area, on the off chance that I'll find metal. Because I need metal. I'd like a metal hatchet. That would make things a lot easier. Unluckily, beach rocks have a chance of having metal, but only the small circular ones that are kind of smooth from the waves. These big ones, they only have a tiny, tiny chance of giving you metal. But that's kind of what I'm relying on right now. I just kind of deforest the area of stone. So I run back to check on the Rex, and it's standing up. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Rex on our side. That's a child with a gun right there. So I whistle over just in case there's more raptors and keep running away. Again, if I get caught by raptors, even with this Rex on my side, I'm still probably toast. I don't want to end up toast. Now I've just got to get used to the shaking of him coming close. And so, at the end of the night, we keep running away. With a torch out though, I've got to say it looks pretty cool to have this guy follow me around. I feel a lot safer than I did with just Tort. Which honestly isn't saying much because Tort is Tort. But you know, Tort's like invincible, so yeah. I nicknamed this Rex Goliath. Because it's probably going to get insta-killed by David at some point. And so ends day 3. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next episode of Hardcore Survival.